first bill I want to talk about is House Bill 2646. Now, this wants to defund the West Virginia Women's Commission. Now, they're saying that this is for the budget crisis. It would only save about $150,000. As of right now, we have a debt of $500 million that we need to cover, and they think that this would be a wise way to do it. I think that they are a bunch of idiots. Now, not only does the West Virginia Women's Commission, it says it advocates, educates, and promotes women's issues in West Virginia. They also help women get into office, which we have a very low ratio of women in office, just like, you know, most places. We gotta fight. We gotta fight for this, because not only are they doing this, but they're also, there's talk about amping up the war against abortion here, which, you know, we have so many people in poverty, and when something as unexpected, you know, with like an unexpected pregnancy could make or break you know, an entire family. I mean, you're talking about, how much is it now to raise a kid, like $1 million or something? I don't know too many West Virginians that have $1 million laying around. So we need to be able to let these women have access to preventative care and abortions. But you know, nobody likes abortions. People that get abortions don't like abortions. So I say, if we are against abortions, let's make access to birth control easier and cheaper, because I don't want to see people get unnecessary abortions, just like anybody else. Nobody wants to get an abortion if they can avoid it. So let's I think that would be a better way to focus on this issue. Also, it's just, what we're doing with bills like this, we're just hurting women even further. What we're doing is the same thing that they did with the unions. They attack your support system. So they hate workers, right? So they're going after unions, and they hate women. So they're going after women with you know, the pro-life bills and with defunding the Women's Commission. Now, another bill I wanted to talk about. Now this one's good. House Bill 2670. This was introduced by a Republican, and I think her name's Lane. And this is a wonderful bill, and to hear her talk about it was actually pretty uplifting, because she said, you know, it's about love and acceptance and being treated as equals. Now this bill, it adds sexual orientation to West Virginia's non-discrimination laws, and it's overdue. This should have been done. This should have been done when gay marriage was legalized, you know. But it's better late than never, and good on her for introducing this, or one of the lead sponsors maybe, I'm not sure. But yes, good work. You know, credit where credit's due. They don't always have to do horrible bills. Let's see, the next one is House Bill 2506, and this one is disgusting. This one is about how much of a chemical substance can be released into our waterways under state permits and the places where these permits overlap. Now this would increase not only non-cancerous chemicals, or non-cancer causing chemicals, but also the ones that do cause cancer. Now they say that this would comply, it wouldn't change any of the standards, it would just, we would just be putting more chemicals in the water. Now they say this is to open up for business, but here's what I say. What kind of business do we want to attract? No, these are businesses that we're going to be working for, right? This is their big selling point on this, is we're going to give you a job. Now, the kind of employer that would knowingly, willingly poison our water add more chemicals to our waterways, add more chemicals, cancer-causing chemicals to our waterways. Do you really trust them as your boss? Do you trust that they're going to pay you the right way? That they're going to give you safe working conditions? Because they're not. Okay, we have to have standards. This is they literally want to pump our waterways full of chemicals. Now, there have been people that have, they spoke out against it, but yet this passed 63 to 37. How is this debatable? How is it debatable that we should have more chemicals in our waterways? Because it's not going to be their waterways, because they're going over the permits and stuff, right? It's going to be our waterways. It's going to be our children drinking this. It's going to be us drinking this. It's going to be what we give to our pets. It's not going to be them up in their nice homes in their nice neighborhoods. It's going to be in our neighborhoods. This is going to be West Virginia's Flint again. But that's just a couple of them. There was another bill that just was passed about they're increasing penalties on people that sell fentanyl, which, here's the thing. I believe that prison should be for people that commit violent crimes. Now, when you intentionally harm somebody, that is a crime. So I sympathize with that, but at the same time, we need to remember that the same economic factors that gave us addiction is the same thing that, that's giving us people that sell it. Okay? Where there's a demand, you will have entrepreneurs. Now, I see these people as entrepreneurs. They are trying hard to survive in this state in any way that they can. And I believe that we should take that into account when these people are being sentenced. Now, I do believe, like I said, if you hurt somebody, prison's where you got to go. But we need to have a pathway for these people to get back into society, because if not, they're going to go back exactly to what they were doing before, because that was what caused them to sell drugs in the first place. And we all know that after you go to jail, it's a lot harder to get a job. It's a lot harder to make it on your own. So we need to have a plan. I'm okay with this as long as we have a plan for these people once their jail sentence is served, once they've done, paid for their crime, and that goes for all of our, people in the system right now, not just for drugs. But those are just some of the bills that are going on right now. Oh, another one is it passed. It's about drones, where you can film, how you can film. Most of it sounds pretty good, except for the fact that they're trying to protect the industries, and you're not allowed to fly drones over like coal camps and things like that. Chemical plants. I understand that there's an element of danger there, and they said for journalists, you can apply for a permit to fly over. But honestly, if something is going on there to where you would want to investigate with a drone, they're not going to tell you, that you can do it. But I think as far as bills go, it's pretty reasonable. So that's what's going on in West Virginia this week, and I'm sure that there will be more later.